Okay, right now I have a summer controller. So let's talk about the PlayStation controller. This one, of course, feel great. Look like original, almost the same. But actually, this is the copy of the fake controller. There's a lot of things. There's no local approved by government to pass the authority and so on. And this is just a normal charging. Don't worry about it. This is just to stand charge like that. And there's a fake. The fake controller will have a similar label. They always have a same label. There's no serial number written. I mean, the serial number always the same with the other controller or other colors of the controller. So this one is a white color, the most cheapest that I can get. And feeling, of course, everything feeling button almost the same, look like brand, or even the box is look like brand new. But the moment you play, you notice, especially for the analog, there's a lot of dead zone. Then there's no precision. You turn this one to the left and right, it's not really what you wanted. Suddenly, so the camera move too fast, and if you playing this too long using this controller, you might get dizzy, and it's not the way you wanted to move the camera or the character itself. And the fake controller cannot do anything else, just you play, and then only few of the game you can just use without the analog. Then secondly is original controller. So this original controller version 2, and I have a back button attachment which is for AOLION. The good thing about this is available in the Southeast Asia. Price range is about $30 to $40 US, but local about 120 to 150 ringgit Malaysia. So and the clicking nice and everything, and got the turbo. This is the what I like about this attachment. Look like very like a spider, like something like Spider-Man web, something like that. Here to shoot the thing, then this come out with a web, something like that. So, but the downside is only the microphone, and there's no microphone you active. It's only earpiece. Take note on that. If you use this, you cannot chat, you cannot talk to the other parties. It's only deliver the audio. There's no microphone. I like it because the turbo is working for all controller. For this controller, here and top one, they will work as a turbo. And the map button for the four of this, you can map on top here and also here. But this you cannot map the D-pad or analog or R3 or L3. Yeah. So this is a second controller, and it only works with the original controller, which is version 2, with have a light bar on top. And I have an original controller, which is the old one. There's no light bar, and it worked well with the I just found out this one actually mine is actually original, because the original, this is the Sony back button attachment. So I just realized this actually is not fake. It's a Sony. The fake one all is in Chinese wording here, but mine is English, and it works mine with the version 1 controller. This is version 1 controller. The Chinese one, the box will be written in Chinese in the front, and here the wording also in Chinese, but here is in English, and the box is in Japanese wording. So that this is original, but also have a dead zone. I have fixed the button here to remove the dead zone, so straight away when you press is a click button. So there's no tension about the empty space. There's no tension about empty space on the here. I fix it, and it works well. And this is the version 1, And also I have another version one. Look at this, it's really nice. The design of the controller is a wood grain. So this is version 2 also. And the good about this is there's a 4 button in the back. Then you can assign any button, including the touchpad, including the R3 and L3. L3 and R3 you can assign. D-pad also you can assign. Yeah, I think only the share and the start is not being, you cannot assign. So this is required a bit modification on your. You must have an original version 2 controller, and there's a kit. You need to install it. Then you just wire it and then put extra button. And this casing is actually for this modification kit for this controller. So the only thing don't have is between the original controller only the button share name. There's no button share, you can see. Option wording also don't have. All the button is following from the original. Only the casing front and back is provided, and there's no wording up. There's no printed up and down this. So it's purely just everything. And then the body of the shell is also smooth. And the good thing about this is you can still using the original controller, so you don't need to spend a lot of money, about $200 for the very elite controller. And then you only have a same feeling, same functionality but different feeling gripping. And there's a extra 2 button attachment at the back, or 4. But this one they give you a 4 button attachment. You can assign everything. So on the only thing downside also, there's no sticker. Because there's no sticker, the mold is look like a bit weird. If they can make mold this one flat, to be nice. So there's a LED light blue here, and if you press configure, then we turn blue. Then you configure what button you want. So I will put on the description on the video on the link about this product. And still nice here, when you grip this one, is nothing against to your finger. The only thing you need to do is you only use the one finger on here. So you will use your middle finger to press this one, to press here, or you use this one to press. So yeah, it's a bit you need to have practice. This one need to press on the top button, and this one need to press the below button. While this one, like AOLION back button attachment, you only have a function. You need to have a 2 finger. One is using this one to press, and the other one on top you use this one to press. Yeah. So the functionality wise, I would like to say this one is more better compared to the all. But of course, I think the Sony is more ergonomic, but it's only 2 button. It's not 4 button. If you hardcore game like Fortnite, you might need this 4 button here to remap at the back. Yeah, so only 2 button is not enough to play Fortnite. So the finishing also look nice, but only thing the gap and the pattern is not really sync. And this is I think it's a hydro water painted, but how you can tell this is plastic. Actually it look like wood, and the colors look nice. So I like this case so much because it also include the button and the functionality of the controller. Also it work well playing Fortnite. But only there's another one also, the button not really look like sync straight, but doesn't matter. This is how the design is. When you press this thing, you won't see there's a difference between the location of the button. Really fit to your finger, really fit to your finger. So it only use you need the 3 button to press. Here you can use 4 button, and here you can use 4 button. Yeah. This one only works with the version 2 controller, cannot work with the version 1, and also cannot work with the fake controller like this. So basically, if you buy a cheap controller, fake one, definitely not really useful. You're not going to use it. It cannot be modified as well, and it cannot be used to any of this attachment. This attachment also not working with this. This attachments from Sony also not working with this. This one also, the modified kit doesn't work with this. And I will show you how in the controller look like in the side way. So when you close, when you put it down, the controller is a normal, like they use the R2 and L2 to only R2 and L2 is touching to the ground, and also this here. Okay, so now let's bring the AOLION. So AOLION, the R2 and L2 is floating, and they use the body of the attachment itself. It rests on the table, so you can see the button here also touching to the ground. Sorry, on my table, but exactly align up. So it's lined up with the table. So if I connect the cable like this to the AOLION back button attachment, so it will resist on the cable, not on the thing. So this is not also good design, and the USB also cannot fit, go in until the end, still some gap. So I think there's a design flowers on this button attachment for the button. So really here become fragile if you notice too much. Okay, but that's the cable is working fine and so on. Then will be the Sony will be the same. There's no on the back button attachment, that is not touching to the table at all, still floating. You can see that still floating. It's only use L2 and R2. And for this one, also same like original, just not touching, because the button behind here is very low profile, very ergonomic, and looking at the controller also look like wood. Yeah. Okay, this is how it look when I press on the AOLION back button attachment. So I use this one finger and also this one. So there's a 4 finger used on the back, while here on top, just like this. The distance is quite too big actually for the AOLION to press the button, because it's the pedal is too narrow down. I mean too below. If they move it up, better. I mean, if the design move it up is more easy to press. Okay, then the Sony one, the most economic is Sony. It just exactly fit to here. So you just press using this one, and the sound clicking also silent. And the last one will be the 4-button attachment, and this one you use this one to press in this finger, and you can use this one in the tip of the finger like that. And the sound clicking also nice feeling. Okay, so what is this? Actually, this is the extreme rate down kit back button for support until 4 button to be remapped. And what you need to do to have this is of course the original controller PlayStation version 2, which is have a lag bar on the front. That should be the latest they supported, and they have a chip and small PCB you're going to place on the bottom here, and there's a touch coil and LED light to put in here. So the shell also provided by them. They have modification on the here the hole, 4 hole to place this button. So the only thing you can see is not flush, it's not even surface on this. I think there's a little bit minor issue, minor visualization and feeling. It's not really big deal, and the controller feeling also smooth and very nice feeling, and still using the original your controller board, and also all the button here is all original. So you might need to sacrifice your original controller shell if you really want to look good like this. So they have a front, they have a back. There's a lot of variety colors, but I think the most good looking is this wood green. I really love this so much, and yeah, so that's about it. Okay, by the way, this is just a magnetic plug, so I don't need to plug it and plug. It's a magnetic USB, so I don't need to plug in and unplug the cable out. So there's charging. So if I take out, definitely won't charge anymore. So this is also to prevent the charging port faulty. Yep, that's about it. Thank you.